Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 212A. It's the Tier 9 Soviet SPG located on the south spawn of Murovanka. This one is under the command of Angelina75 of OLIMP, and she's got the improved rammer, vents, and gun lane drive as her equipment. Game on! Well, this replay came in a couple of days ago, but I've been a little unwell for a little while, and that's why there hasn't been any replays for a while for you to look at. But we're back into the swing of it, and it should be interesting. The 212A built from the KV222, or at least it might have been if they actually did go ahead and build more KV222s, which of course were designed from the KV1. So it's an Arty that never actually existed, although it is, you might say, a blueprints tank. It's got a big 203mm howitzer, this one, the B4 howitzer, so it's capable of doing 900 alpha and penetrating 52mm of armor. Direct hit with the first shot. Yeah, as you can see there, 10.4 meters on the burst radius. Stun duration between 12.5 and 28 seconds of stun. So it's very, very, very powerful. And you can see that Angelina does have a lot of achievements on this Arty. Finishing off the reload. Standard reload, 37.39 seconds. Rounds out. Just landed behind the Tiger Mouse. Angelina's reload time is 29.39. So she's not 8 seconds off the reload time. Now, as you know, every week we have a contest for the best replay from talon1958 or Angelina75. Whoever gets the best one, according to the rules, gets the lie-in on Sunday morning. Now, last week it was Angelina that got the lie-in because she had the best replays. But Talon wants to get a good one in this week so he can get the lie-in instead. T32. Okay, it's marked as target, but she's taken the mark off and rounds out. Well, it looked like the T32 had pulled back into cover, but only just. The other Arty in this game turns out to be an Object 261. It's a tier 10 game with tier 8 tanks in it. Okay, T95's the next target. Rounds out. Well, although that actually landed directly in front of the vehicle, he managed to get 407 hit points, or rather Angelina did. And in fact, that actually is a huge hit. Because normally you'd expect less if it was at the front of the vehicle on the heavy armor. Now, we're doing rather well at the moment because we're 2 up on the enemy. Okay, we just saw an EBR go through the screen. The 75, which of course is a tier 8. And we just saw the tracer from the enemy Arty, so we know where he is as well. Just behind the trees, further up the column. And another big hit, 425. Angelina's racking up the damage. The other good thing is that Angelina is firing at and damaging the enemy tanks that actually are in sight of our teammates. Even the Object 261 is hitting some of the tanks that have already been stunned by Angelina, and she is now picking up almost as much stun assist as she's getting actual damage. And of course, stun assist will count towards her mastery. Rounds out. Okay, Angelina's very good at relocating after she fires to ensure that she doesn't get counter-batteried It is very important to do that. You'd be surprised at the number of Arty players just sit in one spot and then find out very suddenly that they've given away their position. Rounds out. Not enough lead on that one. It's a 3.2 seconds to that particular point. Oh, Angelina knocked the tree down. Now that would normally give a position away. So she's actually moving to avoid letting the enemy get a quick and easy shot on her. Wow. Well, enemy tanks at the other end of the map are being absolutely torn to shreds. Both of those tanks were killed. Well, one of them was killed by the Charioteer. The other one was killed by the units 15-16. And now, Angelina's killed the Bat Chat 25 ton. Yep, we just saw a tracer there from an enemy Arty, who's just behind those trees there. And any second now, we're probably going to get sight of them because our guys are moving in on that position. Trying to get a hit on this Tiger Mouse. Rounds out. Right in front of him, but it's the stun that's going to be useful. Our guys are now starting to clean up because there's only 2 enemies left. Both Arty. One of them's just gone. There's the Bat Chat 155-55. He's gone. And that is the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a second-class tanker for Angelina75 of OLIMP in the 212A. She managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this game. She managed to get 5 exactly, and she got a win rate of 2,070, which is very good. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, there you go. Right at the in the first third, you can see that Angelina managed to get 2,044 hit points of damage. Wasn't the highest in the game, but it was higher than anything that the enemy team could put forward. Our top scorer was a Skoda T56 with 3,938. Second place was an E75, 2,982. And the Object 430 managed 2,865. So Angelina's score was actually very good. And when it came to kills, we can see top scorer was the Skoda, the E5, the UDES 15-16, and the Charioteer, all with 2 kills apiece. Angelina only got the 1 kill, the Bat Chat 25 ton. And when it came to base XP, she's a little further up the table because the Barask managed 1,163, the Skoda managed 1,008. Those were the only 2 who managed to make it over 1,000 base. But Angelina got 824, which is actually in 5th place on base damage, or base XP rather. She fired 10 rounds in the entire game and got 2 direct hits on the enemy, 8 splashes, 2,044 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters, damaged 5 of the enemy, killed 1, and got 2,034 hit points of stun assist or 7 stuns. On a free-to-play account, Angelina made a profit of 9,341 credits, and she also took away 1,648 experience points. So a very good start with a second class and a bruiser. Yes, she was a little way away from getting the Confederate that she might have also found useful. But in this case, she got a good score straight away, which means that Talon has to get a second class just to match her and a bruiser as well. But I have the feeling that he can do that if he wants to. So that's the first the setting at this moment. Let's have a look and see what Talon does on his first replay. And we can see that Talon's replay is actually on Murovanka Encounter, and he's on the North Spawn. Talon's chosen the Bat Chat 155-55, the Tier 9 French SPG. And you can see he's also got the achievement awards on that as well. And his first mark of excellence. Now, this is a 155mm howitzer, whereas the 212A was a 203. So it does less damage, but it's got a faster reload. 680 is the alpha, 48mm of pen, 7.6 meters on the blast radius, between 12 seconds and 27 for stun time. He spotted a renegade. Rounds out. Good shot. He's stunned 2 enemy tanks straight away. And he's backing up to avoid being counter-batteried. The standard reload for this Arty is 28.76 seconds. And Talon's got 23.99. Almost loaded. Going to go for the renegade again. Rounds out. Again, right in front of him. And she got the stun. And he's got a massive amount of stun assist. Just like that, he's got the communications expert working. So that's 2.5 seconds, or 2.5%, I should say, extra crew skill. Now, as you know, they only made one prototype, Bat Châtillon 155.55. Oh, he got another hit there on the Grom. 275 hit points off that. You can see he's storming away with this one already. It was designed in 1955, but they didn't go ahead and build it. In fact, they wanted a different Arty, or slightly different. They wanted an autoloader. And what happened instead was that they did design an autoloader in 1958, but again, they didn't go ahead and build it. Now, there's precious few tanks in the Magic Forest, but it appears that only the enemy side has actually decided to go in there. And there's an EBR 105. Oh, that was our teammate just claiming the kill on that EBR. And M53, M55 just took the honors. That shell just hit the muzzle brake on that T30, and now he's just 25 hit points, which means he'll be an easy kill. One of the good things about Arty is that you can sometimes, when an enemy's been reduced to a one-shot, you just land a shell anywhere near them and it's enough to set them off and kill them. Of course, it's HE, so it works by shockwaves. He thought about firing there, but changed his mind at the last second because he's going to go for this Emil 2 instead. Unfortunately, it was just too far away from the Emil to actually do any damage. One of the faster Artys in the game, 56 kilometers an hour, and it moves forward. The other good thing is that because it's got a turret, the vehicle doesn't have to be pointing in exactly the same direction as the enemy is. He got a direct hit there. That Emil's definitely felt that one. Pointing the vehicle somewhere else whilst the turret turns towards the enemy means that you can make a quick escape if you need to. Okay, enemy tank sighted. It's the Alpine Tiger, which of course is the Wizzy 111 by another name. And look at that, we've got the Bat Châtillon 155.58 as his fellow Arty in this game. Somebody on our team actually hit that Alpine Tiger with a heat round right on the muzzle brake. Left a big purple mark. Oh, tree went down, so he immediately fired at the spot. And there's another tree going down, or another couple of trees actually on this occasion. Okay, this is the direction that the enemy's attacking from up this end of the map. And you see Talon's responding to that because he can see that they're trying to herd us in to this corner. The other Artys on the team are M53, M55 as well as that Bat Châtillon 155.58. Cram Van Scene. Rounds out. Direct hit. can see that Talon's parked himself in such a way that he can make a rapid escape to the south if he needs to. Fires at the Alpine and tracks the guy. Got all three Artys firing from the same area. That might attract the attention of the enemy Arty. They see three tracers coming. Oh, another hit! Right into the side of the standard B. And we are capping at this moment. And if the enemy doesn't get about getting a reset soon, they could lose this game. And I think they already have. Game over. Here's the end of battle stats, and there wasn't enough time for Talon to pick up a mastery in that game, so all he managed to get was a bruiser medal, not even a third class, as he says. So only a bruiser, but he did manage to get 8 critical hits in that game, so that's something. And his win rate from the game, 1,552, which is good. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he didn't get the highest, because that went to a Death Star, who managed to get 4,379 hit points of damage in that game, and he picked up the high caliber. Second highest damage was, in fact, the Kramvan on the enemy team, who got 2,733, followed by the XM57 on the enemy team with 2,409, just beating our XM57 at 2,407. Talon picked up 1,422. So, yes, he was a little way down the table. He beat all but 2 on the enemy team, and there was 3 on our own team, so he's in 6th place overall. When it came to kills, we can see top scorers were in fact the Death Star with 2 kills, and everyone else was either second place with just a single kill, and that includes Talon, and there was a few people who didn't actually manage to get any kills at all. And when it came to base XP, we can see that, yes, Talon's got the 3rd place on this one. 698 went to the XM57, 550 went to the Death Star, and 546 went to Talon. That's because he was hitting higher tier opponents and getting extra XP every time he did that. So let's have a look at detail. He fired 13 shots in this one. Yes, that shorter reload really did help him. 6 direct hits, but no penetrations at all. 11 splash. Damage of 1,422, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 7 of the enemy, kill 1, and did 148 hit points of stun assist, damage assist rather, I should say, and 1,511 stun assist of 10 stuns. So yes, it's just wasn't quite enough stun assistance there to actually get a mastery. On a premium count, he actually made 47,780 credits, and that includes 30,000 credits for mission achievement. And he also got 3,276 experience points out of that one as well. For completing a mission, he got 1,638. So very sad that he didn't actually manage to get a mastery. He missed out on getting a Confederate, even though he's got 6 tanks that were subsequently taken out by other teammates. Or rather, hit 6. He didn't actually, if I'm looking at this list here, actually, no, he would have missed out anyway, because the Alpine Tiger was still alive at the end of the game. So was the Standard B and the Kramvan. So yes, he didn't, or these tanks weren't killed, and he actually only managed to get 3 tanks, which were subsequently taken out by other teammates. And he actually killed one himself, that T-30 that he wiped out, who was very low on hit points. So yes, he wouldn't have got a Confederate. He was just a little too far away from it. But if the battle had continued for much longer, possibly the Alpine Tiger, the Standard B, and the Kramvan would have gone down, and then he might have been in contention for getting a Confederate medal. So, at the end of that game, that means that he's not in the lead. He's actually playing catch-up, because Angelina managed to get that 2nd class and bruiser, and that's enough to keep her in the lead until Sunday morning when it's decided. And at this moment, yes, she's definitely in the lead, so we'll have to wait to see if they will be sending in more replays. I think they probably will. And then obviously we'll see the last few replays to see who does get the Weekend Lion. Hope you enjoyed those 2 replays. If you did, please give a like, do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.